Alright, read the proof carefully, then fill in each blank with the best answer. Given that ABCD is a rectangle, prove that the diagonals, segment AC and segment BD, are congruent. Since quadrilateral ABCD is a rectangle, it is also a parallelogram by definition. Since opposite sides of a parallelogram are congruent, we have that segment AB is congruent to segment DC, and segment AD is congruent to segment BC. By definition of a rectangle, the angles of a rectangle are all blank angles. Well, they have it marked right there, and they are all 90 degrees. That square means 90 degrees. You could Google that if you didn't know that at the time. Rectangles are all 90-degree angles. Thus, angle A is congruent to angle B due to the, I think this isn't 90 degrees, I think it's right angle theorem, right here, right angle theorem, yeah. So, it is 90-degree angles, however, if I double check this, 90 angles doesn't make sense. So it is right, comma space. So it's due to the right angle theorem. All right angles are congruent. And then triangle DAB is congruent to triangle CBA because of the blank congruence postulate. Okay, well that was a short jump, which is fine. Let's just see what they gave us before. So triangle DAB, right here, they are wanting to prove that it is congruent to CBA. CBA. Okay, so we have angle A and angle B congruent. So in this, I'm not going to use yellow. In this triangle right here, the yellow one, that's a 90-degree angle, which is the same as the angle right here in the pink triangle, CBA, which is our 90-degree angle. Right there. So far they have two a pair of angles, angle, and its corresponding angle right there, angle. So now what did they give us beforehand? They gave us that segment AB is congruent to segment DC. So segment AB is congruent to segment DC, which doesn't really help. So let's see if the other one did. Segment AD is congruent to segment BC. So segment AD is part of this yellow triangle, and stating it is congruent to this side, which is part of the pink triangle. So we have a side so far, and its corresponding side that's congruent. Again, we have that right angle in that yellow triangle being congruent to its corresponding angle right here in the pink one. And now we have one last thing. This side. AB is congruent to itself because it's the same side. And notice that it is in both the yellow triangle and the pink triangle. So we have side, angle, side. So we have side, angle, side. And that's how we proved that, therefore, segment AC is congruent to segment BD by the definition of congruent triangles, because they're corresponding sides.